Welcome to
that song
Exotic
never
Truth.
gets old.
The
We're
sweet
live, pal.
melodies of Exotic Truth. We are live. We are live on Instagram, Facebook, I believe YouTube. Tell us where you're watching tonight.
You're live in 178 countries from what I heard. Just a rumor, though.
Allegedly. Don't fact check it.
Well,
how you boys been?
I've been doing fantastic.
I've
been having a lot of fun getting ready for this episode. A lot of fun.
A lot of fun. We got 3 viewers on the Instagram so far. Go ahead and comment, like, subscribe, whatever you got to do to our channels to help get the youth out there. Yes, share it. What Zach said.
Get the youth out.
We'll leave it up to the wrestling junkies, but how was Coastal?
Oh, what a night.
Well, you saw it all firsthand, Bryce Cannon. I mean,
I sure did.
We got our revenge. Pepper bottom with the right hand on Pastor Donald Jakes. I mean, I've never seen anything so holy in my life.
I took a note from the Butterbean playbook, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, look just like it pretty much.
You took an offering pan to the dome from what I saw.
I took an offering pan from the dome. I took a pile driver from the daddy, Simon Sermon. And I still knocked that bitch Donald Jakes out in one punch.
Hey, we're live, pal. It's a family show. Language.
Not even, unfortunately, that little damn weasel, Randall Reno, got his hands on the title again.
Ronnie G on Instagram says, "Sup? How often do you go live?"
Every now and again. Hell.
When the people ask.
Occasion.
Ask and you shall receive is the name of this episode. We are considering this episode 4 of the Exotic Truth podcast. 4 episodes.
There we go.
I mean,
I don't know how
Chris
well
Van
this.
Fleet, watch out.
There we go. He follows me.
Wait till 40. I mean, hell.
I don't know how well this episode's going to translate to Spotify.
Well, we get to 40 before Zach turns 40. That's in a couple years, ain't it?
Oof. That's a tough one.
I ain't even 30 yet, pal.
It ain't that far away.
I've got a hard life.
It'll be here before you know it. Just today, looking through everything for our little show and tell, I didn't realize.
We haven't even announced that. You're just dropping knowledge on these people.
Oh, boom. Spoiler alert.
We've got a little show and tell from Exotic Youth. Got some memorabilia off to the sides here. Some more than others.
I got as much to show, but I can tell,
Zach's got a single memorabilia.
I got a couple of things, but not much.
Chappie Man 113 says, "How exotic can a youth get?"
I mean, hell, you better do your own research. You better come here with educated questions.
Hey, how exotic can a youth get, Peps? I think you're the most youthful.
I don't feel like I hit that I hit that quarter of a century mark a couple weeks ago. Starting to have a quarter life crisis here.
And from what we learned on the last pod, you spin it with Dolly. What was that quote she gave you?
I did. Well, if you want the rainbow, you're gonna have to put up with the rain. Old Dolly Parton.
I thought it was a rainbow. I thought it was something about a rainbow.
Is that not what I said? If you want the rainbow, you gotta put up with the rain.
It was Mike keeps cutting out.
He said if you want the rainbow, you got to deal with the rain. That's what he said. In the words of Dolly Parton.
If I want to deal with the rainbow, I just eat a bowl of Lucky Charms. Or
that ain't a bad idea either. Yeah.
Old Dallas Kersey in the house. That guy looks familiar.
Give us your stars on Facebook.
Quarter Life Crisis band name. Called it.
There we go.
Quarter Life Crisis.
Put out an album of some sort.
Well, I mean, we've gone into our stories of karaoke. I mean, I think the people would buy it. What would our album name be? Quarter Life Crisis?
The Texas Beef Authority.
It takes a village.
The old Texas Beef Authority.
No, that was a good second. That was the second choice for the tag team name, but we settled on Exotic Youth, I think.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, while the people are still piling in, getting to their seats, go ahead. Go ahead and tell us what shows you guys have coming up. I think you guys said you had something this weekend.
Well, this Friday night I go face to face with the biggest damn weasel in all of Georgia wrestling, Gary Lamb. As you guys seen, I was well on my way to winning the Rumble
with Cornelius
Jack.
Pepperbottom.
Peps, you did have a great run of the Rumble Jack, but everybody knows that I made it much longer than you, about 30 seconds longer to be exact.
You're lucky I took it easy on you, pal. Whatever. I didn't want to have to hit you full. I didn't want to have to hit you Donald Jake style, right? You would have been out clean.
Don't make me snap your neck now.
Oh, Lord, you be slopping like
Gary, what is going on here?
He's trying to turn us against each other. We can't let that go down.
You're right. You're right. Look, we got a mission Friday.
And Saturday we're going to be wrestling in a tag team tournament down there at the damn livestock pavilion. I've got to go face my fear of cows again. If you guys don't know, I mean,
it's been quite some time since we've showed up at the livestock pavilion.
We're going to be
still at the livestock pavilion.
Premier All-Star Wrestling's inaugural tag team title tournament, and we're in a triple threat tag team match in the first round. And I think it's going to be
5 times fast.
It's going to be totally twisted. That's not a word I can think.
Hey, September 20th. September 20th also just announced the Kings of Augusta, Georgia return to their homeland. Exotic Youth in action. You better get with the program, folks.
Whoa.
There we go.
This Saturday, September 7th, special shout out Pops Mosley's birthday. He'll be there.
There we go.
Bring your gifts to the livestock pavilion. The man who
birthed you.
Yeah, the man who birthed me. I'm a seed of his, and it's his birthday. So,
look,
I'm a big fan of all things Exotic Youth.
I must have got banned for hitting Heath allegedly with that crutch.
I don't know. I think there's in very tiny font with Bryce Cannon at the bottom of that post.
It's quite possible. Nick Gibbons 6140 says, "What's up, y'all? Hey." And then Chappie Man,
Russian bots.
Sure. But Chappie Man 113 says, "I thought that a quarter life crisis was when you became a hoarder of quarter rolls."
I consider myself a little bit of a hoarder, which I'm gonna, divulge here tonight. But I wish it was rolls of quarters. I might be a little better off than I am now. But
Peps, I like to consider you more of a collector. All right.
Yeah,
he is a collector's item. Well, let's see. I think this graphic is for the end of the month, but we'll go ahead and talk about it because talk is cheap.
If you're really feeling froggish,
nothing's cheaper than us. So let's go ahead. I mean, any matches announced so far that you guys know of?
I'm hoping to get a rematch one-on-one with Donald Jakes. My right hand got a taste. Now my left hand needs a
hightail it and get out of town. He'll probably be somewhere in the islands before you know it.
Oh, well, I was hoping you were going to get your hands on that Chip Schuyler. Where the hell was he?
I mean, me too. I don't know.
He's probably in the
What old excuse did old Simon have to say? What old excuse did Simon have to sermon?
That's all I know. But I do know that the route somehow weaseled their way into getting a tag team title match against Donald Jakes Ministries, and I don't know what the hell's going on there.
I'm gonna stop you right there, Zach. You speak of a tag team title match. Now I know this whole tag team turmoil, whole rule anybody can defend it. Well, as far as I'm concerned, the Ministry is the tag team champions. Old Simon Sermon's one half of the tag champs, but anybody can defend it. We just beat Simon Sermon and Donald Jakes in the ring. If you ask me, I think we should be 3 times
cutting the feed.
Empire Wrestling.
We got T.O. Nick McDaniel for Donald Jakes, king of work rate. I think after seeing those stomps on Saturday, he definitely got a lead foot, but I don't know about work rate.
He needs to rate his work.
Yeah, them televangelists aren't known for their
Nick McDaniel, when are you gonna accept our? Well, I guess we have an extended one, but we'll need to interview that guy on how to run a successful podcast.
There we go. We could use that.
Keep that in the back pocket. If you're watching, have you enjoyed our interview episodes, or do you like us talking to you guys?
From what I've heard, everybody hates them. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, in Savannah this past week, we heard from several of the listeners. I didn't realize how many people were watching the show.
Right.
But
they don't watch them.
Several of the CW fans have been watching.
Yeah, I mean, we've enjoyed it. I mean, we've learned a lot from the two that we've done. Larry Goodman and AJ Scales, two notable, people in the wrestling world that actually aren't even wrestlers, which I find pretty cool.
Two total geniuses. I mean, two of the smartest people, this out of Mississippi, probably.
Well, sound off in the comments. Who would you like to see Exotic Youth interview next? A wrestler?
And who do you think's the smartest?
A non-wrestler? An influencer?
Yeah, we need to know who's got the smartest influence.
Like Peps mentioned earlier, a little bit later in the show, we'll do a show and tell. No, this isn't story time. It's more of a things we've collected throughout our careers, our short careers.
I'm sure it's going to lead to some stories.
Well, of course, but
it's called show and tell, right? You show the story, you tell the story.
That's half of it.
Well, I'd rather show and tell about it, not show nothing and tell about it.
I'll show you a tell.
Please do.
I don't know. This is you love it when we go live, folks. Here we go. What's next on the agenda?
Yeah. I thought something.
I don't know.
Very colossal. Somebody give us a revelation.
I don't know where we're going with that.
we probably wasn't going anywhere with it. I mean, as we do.
Cut back to the top.
Yeah, no, this is what we like doing the recorded ones because we can cut half the dead time out. But we're waiting on the commenters to comment. Are you guys even checking those anymore? I'm over here watching the Instagram live.
We don't really have.
Hey, listen, I'm watching both of them right here. It looks like Nick McDaniel said anytime that's the last person who had a comment. So I guess that we ought to just go right into story time. I mean, hell, everybody knows what's on the schedule. We're going to beat the hell out of Gary Lamb the next chance we get if he says anything.
What did Nick say? Go ahead and put it on the screen again.
He said anytime.
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 To come on the podcast and give us an interview.
Is he going to interview us on our own podcast?
We're going to interview each other.
Exotic Tapped.
I don't never really see any interviews on Tapped Out.
Exotic's never tapped.
Speaking of which, I mean, Nick, where's Tapped In when it's supposed to be out today?
Yeah, WTF. Where's the fun?
Yeah. And they say we're unprofessional.
At least we were on time.
No, he never say that. Tapped Out Youth.
Tapped Out Youth. No. Well, the youth don't tap out, pal.
I don't think we ever have.
I don't think I've never tapped out my whole career.
I can't remember a time.
True.
Well, you tapped out at the bar that one time for your birthday.
I don't recall.
Peps did.
Heath was on vacation, folks. That's what it is.
There was a lot coming out that night.
Oh, baby. Heath was on vacation. Where the hell was he? Spill the tea.
It's available behind the paywall.
Well, I don't think it was.
All right, what you got to show, Peps? Let's start with you. I know you got a whole.
What a segue.
Start with me. All right, here we go.
I was waiting for more people to come in. Is 9 o'clock a rough time for people?
Let's see.
Everybody's washing themselves and getting the kids in bed and eating their TV dinners.
Well, they should be washing themselves and listening to the Exotic Truth Pod live. They asked
I got a good first item to show here, I guess. If we're ready, are we ready to go into that segment of the evening?
I'm waiting. I'm
all right. Well, as a character, I've been known to wear some pretty crazy glasses over the years and everything, especially in my managerial days. You never saw me without a pair of sunglasses. I rummaged through the old collection. I found the very first pair of pepper bottom shades. Well,
they're magnetic. They're messing up the fields with his Wi-Fi.
They've been broken off.
What's up, fellas? Stetson Crane, where the hell you been? Stetson? Where you been, son? I ain't seen you in months.
Has he got his pilot's license yet? We need a pilot.
I think he's got his learners.
We got to drive a car.
Well,
there we go. I'm having flashbacks.
Are they broke?
House of Gold. Yeah, they're broke. One of the things I remember when they broke, I was so devastated.
Well, tell us about it.
And
This
now
is the
I've gone
point of
through so
this.
many pairs. It's just tell us about them. Well, this was my first, I
Here
guess,
it goes.
iconic pair.
Here's where it pops off, ladies and gentlemen. It gets entertaining.
Congratulations, Stetson Crane, on getting your driver's license.
Please do not talk about Tony Atlas.
Man, the comments flowing in now.
What? There we go.
Dang, they really are. Holy crap.
He works at Hooters. Who are we talking about? Tony Ellis?
No, I think he said Stetson
Who works
had a
at
girlfriend.
Stetson's girlfriend? All right, we're not going to talk about her.
We don't know her. I'm sure she's a nice lady.
Oh, Lord. Bryce, do you have an item? I show the
I've got several items.
What the hell is going on?
We're not digging that hole again. We've already
oh gosh. Every time we go live.
What's up, Big Kev? We can't throw yours up on the screen because you're coming from Instagram. Unfortunately, we don't throw links from Facebook. I think.
Oh, Kev. What up, fellas?
I need to pull up the Instagram.
Kevin Powers.
What a guy.
Oh, Kev.
Kev.
Instagram?
Peps, you got to figure out your mic situation, buddy. You bought an expensive mic for it to sound like feces.
We established weeks ago you need to be calling Comcast.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's see. What to start with? I will start with an item from my past. And it is the first ever pair of tights that Bryce Cannon wore. This is what started my career here.
I've seen so many people wear those in their first match.
This was the official starter pair of wrestlers 3000s here. We got I felt like Edge.
How am I sounding
when I wore these? We got a little devil and the angel here. So first pair of tights for Bryce Cannon worn in it's a fun fact, actually.
Oh my gosh.
Simon Sermon was in my first match at the Wrestle America Battle Royal. He had bleach blonde hair, still looked the same gear, but that's my item. First pair.
Did
Bryce
did
Cannon
you have boots?
Gear. I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
I didn't wear tennis shoes.
Some people, I
was
think,
more professional than that. I made sure I had all my gear, but that was the first pair right there. The pink, white. I might have to get some black, pink, and white gear to pay homage to this. Got some silver in there.
There we go.
I think I got my first tech somewhere, but most of my old gear I've either auctioned it off or destroyed it in the washing machine. But
I got it now. If you want me to, that's a perfect segue into one of my items because these actually are yours.
Yeah, I'm gonna run out quickly if I go.
We're talking about tights here. Before I was able to get my hands on my own pair of tights, I remember we had a show and Zach let me borrow a pair of his.
Oh yeah, those
damn leggings of some sort with the hole right in the ass.
Got the donuts
here. This is these are the tights that when Larry Goodman said he looks a lot like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Look, if Jamie Newman wants to buy some tights and buy some gear, hey, we're all about the Benjamins.
Yeah, I got quite a few pairs of tights here.
Zach Mosley, go ahead and show us one of your two items, and we'll save the second one for later in the show.
Well, I got this right here. It's when before I show the picture, let me just say I did kick out of this pin. But that's me, Mike Fully Love, and Brandon Watley in a centerfold of Sports Illustrated, if I can get it.
That's Brandon Watley's keister right in the centerfold of a Sports Illustrated.
Yeah.
There we go. How many people can say they have that?
Everybody who bought this issue, they've got it right there. Brandon's keister.
Brandon's keister in the centerfold.
I don't have my hands on an issue. I think all three of us are in one picture in that.
You've got a lot of issues on your hands, pal.
Not that many. I think he's doing all right. Other than his microphone fucking
that microphone's a
booger. I went to my headphones microphone.
Well, it sounds a lot better.
Does it?
Oh,
I'm
really?
in that mag.
What sport were you playing?
I think he's just an audience member. He's playing an extra in the audience.
Selling Rays.
Selling Rays.
Well, Rays of Sunshine?
Cutting out Peps. I think people wanted to cut you out of the group. They didn't want us to vote you off the island, I think.
Look, next episode of Exotic Truth Live will have like an episode of Survivor, and Peps will get voted off the island.
Yeah, he can't
I'll try to get an Ethernet. I'll try to get an Ethernet cord. I'll get a new modem. I got an extender somewhere.
A new satellite or something, because this shit has got to change.
Well, easy with the language.
I'm kidding. Excuse me.
But moving on. One of my next item here is one from GIPW fame. It is actually one of Zach and I's first like major feuds as a tag team with Exotic Youth. First, I'll show the shirt here. I can't remember if we won the straps with this or not, but
yeah, we did. We won that street fight. Bloody.
Oh Lord!
Yeah, we got a lot of blood and whatnot on these, but along with those, Zach and I had the great pleasure of wearing some Daisy Dukes.
I still have the ones I wore in the match too, but
well, you still got them, but you didn't bring them, pal. You didn't bring in the sew and shell.
You couldn't even see the blood.
What about the cowboy boots, huh? But
I think I still got them too.
Just some.
I just wanted to point out something though. Right here, Chris said, look in the background to see if he's in this. I don't see him in this picture, but I do see some other people in the chat. If you can see right there above my boot, that's Angela Hinton and Billy Strawn.
You said they're right in the chat.
Well, they were. And that's in Sports Illustrated right there. Angela Hinton, Billy Strawn. I never noticed that one.
That's awesome.
I'll be.
Peps, you got another item, buddy? Whose booty?
I do.
Soul Kev says, those are mine. Cut them myself.
Uh-oh. I was grabbing my old mic to see if this worked better, but I do have another item.
Not the duck brawl. That was Exotic Youth. That was Exotic Youth versus what did they call themselves? West Coast Kings. Aaron Black and Austin Towers. And I wanted to upload a picture from that. I mean, Aaron's got me in the crowd. Like, we were bleeding all over that VFW. And I think Zach got stabbed by a fork in that match. But Aaron had me in the crowd. I mean, just beating me. There's like a nice picture there. That was whenever Taylor and I first got together. And I remember right after I started bleeding, I like crawled over there and like got all on her and everything, that she was freaking out. So fun memories with that match.
There we go. Speaking of the duck brawl,
way to cut me off, pal.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
Now go ahead.
Speaking of the duck brawl, I have the shirts that we wore. Well, one of the my shirt from the duck brawl. Well, you see the little claw mark looking brown stains. Still got the blood on it. And so I got the shirt. Well, it looks like it. I got a little bit of blood. Not only do I have the shirt,
it won't be hard to find.
I got a little mini Tupperware thing here full of thumbtacks from that match.
Yeah, that's what I
pulled out of my boots.
I got thumbtacks somewhere.
I don't know how good they're showing. I got thumbtacks from the duck brawl, and then I got thumbtacks from a little show. I don't know if you ever heard of it, called Ride on Bro.
Go watch it on YouTube.
There we go.
Here
we go. Right, what has been y'all's favorite match as a team?
I go last.
Peps, go first. You're the youngest. Age before beauty.
My favorite match, and I don't really have anything to show from it, which I was going to, but I can't for the life of me seem to find. It was us versus old Dragon Gate Tag Team Twin Gate champions. I have the script somewhere from the whole rundown sheet of the show. Oh, rundown sheet of the show.
Jeez, pal.
And
cut it out
somewhere.
I have no damn scripts in pro wrestling. You hear me?
Oh, I know it. It's in some bag of some sort, and I can't seem to find it. But that's probably my favorite match we've had, just for the overall experience, like as a whole. Like that weekend was just that was a fun experience.
Yeah. My favorite one, or like the one that comes to mind, honestly, for me is Exotic Youth versus the Good Brothers and Mac Davis. Just because with that one we kind of like filmed a lot of stuff going up to that. Like we beat Mac Davis up by his car, and then like just working Gallows and Anderson and Mac Davis in his last match was pretty cool, pretty fun.
Speaking of that match, we're going through all my items here. I have the actual poster from that match. There we go.
My favorite match of ours, of me and you, Bryce, was probably us versus Top Team at Combine Day. Just because what that meant for our career as far as like a launching point. That one, and then with Peps, probably that 6-man we had at KLT with Zero.
Oh Lord, the lost tapes. I don't think that's on film.
And then I'll throw like an extra one out there. One with me and Peps, undeniable. Shane Marks is in the comments on Instagram Live.
Oh, there we go.
Shout out to Revelation Shane Marks, a guy that has helped me throughout my career a lot more than he even knows. So shout out to him.
I was told to do a Hurricane Rana in that match, and I never did it. But I was like, F it. And I did it. And I didn't break my neck. It wasn't the prettiest one, but you know.
Well, that's
for me. I'll take that as a W.
Nobody expects you to be Rey Mysterio. It's all right.
You know, it's all right.
Well, speaking of matches that happen at Coastal, my next let's see, my next item here is from when Peps and I decided to
what up, Sean?
Dress up as a couple of a couple of rockers.
I think I didn't grab the shirt,
or so we were called. Yeah, I didn't grab the shirt either, but we got.
Oh God, you got the leg warmers and everything.
Oh yeah,
there we go.
It all. The Rock and Roll Express gear made by Global Wrestling Wear. Shout out to those guys. Yeah, so this was a fun one. We'll put a picture up on Instagram or something like that. But it was funny because I sent a picture to Rick, the gear maker, and he sent it. He was actually with Ricky Morton that night, and Ricky ended up putting us on his Instagram and tagging the wrong. Apparently, there's another Pepper Bottom out there.
There is another Pepper Bottom.
He tagged the wrong Cornelius Pepper Bottom, so Peps didn't get any followers. Peps didn't get any followers off of that venture, but thanks, Ricky.
We showed it to Robert a couple weeks ago at the last Southern Honor show because he happened to be there, and he loved it. I don't think I've seen him since then. Now I have everything from that outfit except the wig. I don't know where that wig is, but I just remember I didn't even use the wig because I put it on and my hair at that point was longer than the actual wig itself. So I just went with my natural hair.
I just remember we went with a style of the Rock and Roll Express that a lot of people weren't familiar with when they had the mustache. And well, I went to the barber. I'm not one for growing mustache or like a lot of facial hair like these two. I mean, they grow facial hair like nobody's business.
It takes Bryce months to grow.
Months. Yeah, so I started I think in late 2018 to grow the mustache for that Halloween costume. But no, like I went to the barber in Atlanta, and the dude like cut me a caterpillar like mustache, and I was just like freaking out. And then I think Zoe had some mascara or something that she tried to pop my mustache with.
Oh, yeah, it was just, you were like, "Hey, don't call me out."
It was horrible, but it was a lot of fun. I mean, during that match, it was like Rock and Roll Express was in the building. The fans were going nuts. Fans chanting rock and roll and things like that. So it was a fun time.
Commentary chanting rockers.
The commentary confused of who was coming out.
Midnight Rockers. Oh Lord. Read the shirt out.
Anywho,
Zach, well, I guess you only have one more item. Should we save it?
No, you keep going.
I got a little. I got a little.
Now that you're talking
piece here, I guess these all.
I could have went around and gathered up that like I wouldn't have thought of. It is what it is.
I got a few items here that I guess I'll go together. Let me grab them all here. Oh, here we go. The first one is an old 8x10, just for it. The old,
the Southern Beach Boys. Wow.
The Southern Beach Boys, Chad and Brad Barnacle, tearing. I don't know, but I know they're undefeated, and they're 7-time Honolulu Tag Team Open Invitational Tag Team. So yeah, I have an 8x10 from that.
Yesterday, and he was like saying,
I have a life jacket.
You guys can't talk at the same time.
Sorry.
What's up?
No, go ahead, Peps.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if y'all know how conversations work.
I got a life jacket here.
Only one person.
I couldn't hear him. He was like, blah, 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 blah. So
and I got
it's pretty ridiculous.
For those of you who don't know of Chad and Brad Barnacle, it was an old tag team.
Alabama
and I don't
fame.
What was the show called? All Star Wrestling. That once graced the presence. And here's an old authentic Hawaiian shirt. I believe Bryce has one somewhere.
Well, it's in my closet over here. I didn't grab. I almost grabbed it, but I figured.
Well, sorry, I got distracted. Zach disappeared. That's. Uh-oh.
Shit.
What is going on here?
What are you doing?
We're live, pal.
I was trying to click something on the screen and it took me back completely. I was like,
"Oh Lord,
I'm here now. I'm good. I'm not going to touch it again."
Yeah, let's not, because
the good Reverend is in the house. Is all.
That's what I was trying to see. If it shows like a list of people who are watching.
No, not unless you're.
I don't think so.
Not unless you're. I think on the
Donald
Facebook Live.
So, Weasel, if you're here, show yourself. You don't deserve to be entertained by us.
Well,
no, Kevin Dunn ain't running it. He has nothing to do with this.
So I'll show two items back to back here. One of them is, I'm not quite sure how I got it. I think I received it at a family reunion a while back. But this is for like the Southern Honor fans here. Reunion. Yeah. I think this is for the Southern Honor fans here. It's a mask here from one Brandon Canyon.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, he made his debut at Southern Honor in the Rumble Jack. Got eliminated by Enzo Amore. So not sure how I ended up with that, but I need to give it back to him. I'm sure he's missing that. But yeah. And then
I heard that guy was a one-hit wonder.
Well, speaking of Friday shows, here's another little piece. This is from Summer Explosion 2. This was Nausism versus Bryce Cannon for the PCW Heavyweight Championship when I beat him for the Platinum Championship Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. I think it was like July 2023.
Was that the one?
Yeah, that was the one where you came in dressed like Quattro and had no idea you were in the building. But yeah, piece of a table that we used.
2023.
Yeah, that was last year, pal. Can you believe it?
That was a while ago.
Dang. That doesn't.
How much more stuff you got? I've got a whole table full over here.
I got quite a few things. Are we waiting on Zach's?
He's only got one.
Well, I have a pile of stuff that I decided not to go with.
I'm going to pass it on to you, Peps.
Well, look, this will segue into.
Are you showing it?
This one. Bryce Cannon gave me this to spank Chip Schuyler's ass and leave his name imprinted in it, in his cheeks. And I want to give it to you, Peps, for whenever Chip Schuyler decides he has the balls to show his face in Savannah, Georgia. I want you to whoop his ass with this.
Well, I can't express how much that means to me, Zachary. I appreciate it.
Grab it from me.
Well, so since you want to bring up paddles, that'll segue into my next
oh gosh,
few items.
How many does he have, folks?
You'd be surprised.
I saw the whole stack in the group chat.
Nick McDaniel said he's
I'm
got
sure
to
that wasn't all of them.
Fantasy. I don't know what that means.
Later, kids, got to jump on our fantasy league draft. Unreal.
I did that last Tuesday.
So I think I don't have these. This one was retired in 2020, but I believe this was the very first paddle that I had.
I remember that one.
Peps, you're gonna have.
Do you remember how it got broke?
Do something, pal.
You're gonna have to get kicked out.
Yeah.
Off the island.
All right, so that was like the original paddle. So then here's another one, and then everybody always asks me, how many paddles have you gone through? How many paddles have you gone through? And the question is, I don't know, because I have more than just this, but I felt like it was a little unnecessary to bring all of these on. But here is a plethora of all of the paddles that have been used over the years, and this isn't all of them. This is just all of the broken ones from over the years, but there's a special one. Not sure if those could be repurposed or not, but this one is from earlier this year. Bryce Cannon versus Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona signed this paddle here. Bryce Cannon signed paddle. So gonna get a like a shadow box or whatnot and put those in there because I've got a picture of him like hitting me. Let's see. Yeah, so that was
where did the idea of the paddle come from? One of the fans wants to know.
Where did the idea of the paddle come from? Well, when you think of like fraternities or sororities or anything like that, you always think of, frat paddles, and you always hear about people getting hit with them and whatnot. So I want to say it was actually Shane Marks or Brian Blaze or Matt Hankins, had the idea of, why don't you get one? And then the next show I showed up with one and they were like, oh God, it's actually true. Or it's happening rather. So yeah, I just started doing that, kind of made it my own, started putting stickers and things on there. And then as time and as they kept shattering over people's heads, I quit doing the stickers because it was pointless. But fun fact, Iceberg was actually the very first person to get hit by the paddle. So shout out to Iceberg for doing that for me. I was scared to death the first time I did it because I was like, is he gonna die? Like, this dude's wild. And he was fine, even though I hit him as hard as I could. But yeah, I mean, I've hit several people, a couple of scary ones. A lot of people don't understand that these are real paddles. These aren't like
Josh remembers.
These aren't like hollowed out or anything like that. They are real wood.
Artesians.
Right. So I remember we were at what promotion was that under the bridge that night in the steel cage where Peps thought I killed.
That was wrestling for a cause, Chattanooga and Dalton.
Yeah, I kept
telling
talking
about in the parking deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I kept telling the guy, hey, like if you want to get hit by it, I'm gonna swing it. And I don't think he believed me. And I mean that thing just exploded across his head, which was cool. C-Dub's now on Instagram
into a million pieces.
Yeah, now I think people are popping back and forth.
Yeah. Eric,
there we go.
Hey B, how is the knee doing? Knee's doing good. Rehab every week. Still getting at it. But the return is loading, so there's that.
Loading.
It's loading.
Peps.
It's your turn. Live. Is it time for another item?
It's time for another item.
It's time for another item.
All right.
Before you give that item away,
though, here.
Be sure to share this live to all your friends, your family. neighbors.
How, Chris? Tell us how. What's your secret?
Posting.
Who, me?
Go ahead, Peps. Go ahead.
All right. Well, as you two know, I'm somewhat of a collector. I love little action figures of such, memorabilia, collectibles. So it was a cool moment for me. I got one of these guys right here, an old Pepper Bottom Slam Buddy from still wearing the original tights, probably about 2021, 2022. And I love this little guy. There's only one left in existence. Well, I'm sure they exist, but I sold them all except this one. They were a hot item.
Too hard, they all fell
Yeah,
apart.
I love this thing, and completely unrelated. And this is somewhat new. Going back for my love of action figures and everything. Old Mrs. Pepperbottom for my birthday recently got me this custom 1-of-1 Cornelius Pepperbottom Funko Pop.
That is badass.
That's
old
dope.
Mrs. Pepperbottom. Yeah, this is probably one of the coolest things I've ever received in my entire life. Even the sunglasses with the rhinestones and everything. Wearing the classic blue jeans and white shirt.
Exotic Youth Funko Pops.
Yeah, would you buy them? Would you buy an Exotic Youth set of Funko Pops?
I'd buy them.
Speaking of, looks like Peps has some action figures, so I'll show you a couple of custom figures that I have been given over the years. One is of the old school jacket with the old school Bryce Cannon ties. This was back before the blonde hair.
Ooh.
Somebody had
I was
made
gonna say
that
brown
for
hair
me.
and everything.
Yep, somebody had made that for me. And then also somebody had made this guy as well. It even came with a paddle.
Oh wow! That's badass.
And then
back
like
card.
full little biography and everything like that. So pretty
Oh
cool.
dang! I ain't seen that.
I know that's why.
The polos, Bryce.
What's that?
I miss seeing the polos.
Well, buddy, you know when you get in shape, you have to shed your layers.
There we go.
What's next? Speaking of polos, I'll
know.
go ahead and jump into one. Into one. So, if you're squeamish, look away. This is not for the faint of heart. Well, don't both of you look away, and then nobody sees it.
I'm squeamish for sure.
Well,
so
I know at least 6 people are going to see it right now.
At least. So this next item is taking it back to the beginning of Coastal Empire Wrestling. This is going back to the first ever ladder match in Coastal Empire Wrestling history. The first CEW Heavyweight Championship match. Matt Odom versus Bryce Cannon.
Classic.
Match that's still talked about to this day. Stephen Platinum and raved about it. I've got a couple items from that match. Like I said, if you're squeamish, I wouldn't look at this, but one of the
I wonder where the
items,
ring canvas is for that match.
That's what I'd like to know.
Hopefully at the dump.
But one of the items here is a picture. I believe Peps gave this to me. It's a picture that Luke Thompson took, and it's like of all three of us. And it's like
there we go.
You can't really see it on there, but
yeah,
it's like
I'm around a while now, huh?
Yeah, I'm spitting I'm spitting my blood out, so that's pretty neat.
I think old Huey Hogan had those made.
But here is the shirt from that match.
Tie-dye.
Oh no, brother. Tie-dyed with my blood.
Oh wow. Look at that. Disgusting.
How dare you, Stetson? Don't you click away, son.
Well, so that's the shirt there. And I've got the boots. Now these boots
there we go.
Oh, these boots have seen a couple things.
They grew eyeballs.
But the last match these were worn in was the ladder match. And I mean, it's just covered in blood.
The taped up
like
toe.
Those aren't scuff marks.
Them
things went through some. They went
my
through some stuff.
gosh.
This was, but yeah, I mean, just like on the like what they're like just caked in blood.
Ugh. Yeah, I remember that match.
Same.
I remember us sliding into the ring and sticking to the canvas because it was just covered in blood.
Yeah, it was oddly sticky. Like it was weird.
Ugh.
Like your blood at some point goes from liquid to just like a
Y'all got
paste.
some blood. My favorite moment of that match, well, I don't know about favorite, but most memorable moment of that match was me and Zach came in and tried to save the day, and we all ended up getting laid out by Matt Odom. I don't know if anybody else got involved, but I remember us laying in the ring, and I roll to the apron, and Bryce also rolls to the apron, and I look over, and Bryce is just looking at me all cross-eyed like there ain't a soul in his body, covered in blood, and he goes, I think I cut too deep.
Exposing the business again.
I remember
Jesus.
Oh Lord, he got cut too deep.
Something like that. Josh Brandon.
I just remember you bleeding out, and you didn't know where you were.
Yeah, no, that was a rough one. Like I barely remember like you guys helping me up the ladder and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't want to acknowledge that because we told you just say you did it all by yourself.
Well, I think I did, if I recall correctly.
Did that match win an award?
That match did not win an award. At that time, Coastal didn't really have the exposure that it does now. Back then, so unfortunately, like that match was not up for any kind of award. But I will say, like it did in a way like get a lot of talk around Coastal. Just because, like I said, Stephen Platinum had reviewed that match and talked highly of it.
That's like the first time that people started acknowledging it existed, I think. You know?
Right. Yeah. That I wouldn't want to say like it put Coastal on the map, but it definitely like
big thing.
Yeah, but I mean,
definitely like there haven't been that many shows yet, really. I mean, it was, it was within the first year, right?
Right.
Yeah,
but it was definitely like it was definitely one of those matches that kind of put a little buzz around Coastal, which I'm proud of.
It was a great match.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. A lot of we rode a forklift down to the ring. Very sketchy.
Oh, that was a moment. About died before the match even took place.
I died both before and after.
I heard about Coastal.
Get your hands on Simon Sermon this Saturday.
Bryce, what's that?
How did it feel to get your hands on Simon Sermon this Saturday?
My pinky still hurts from where I hit him. I hit him with my pinky knuckle. But no, it felt great. That adrenaline, it was in my soul. I felt it.
Bryce Kenny got involved, folks. Stay tuned.
My mind told me yes, but my knee told me no.
Oh Lord, y'all are gonna have to wait to watch this one on YouTube, folks.
Yourself.
What?
I mean, he could, but why would he want to? Ooh.
What's your next thing, pal?
Well, Zach, you're out of them, I guess, ain't you?
I got a papadilla over there. I'm about to go eat.
Oh my!
I'm not gonna show you.
A papadilla?
That's not gonna get you.
Well, Bryce, you showed your first pair of tights. And I know that I showed my first pair of tights, but this was because I asked Zach, where do you get tights from? And back in the day, he said, "Oh, you got to go on Etsy and get the leggings, the men's leggings." So I went on the old Etsy and I got these as seen on heels for majority of season 2.
Why don't you still wear those?
Snakes here.
You need to pop a pepper bottom logo on that. Do it live now.
I know, right?
Just try them on right now.
Get us some views.
That ain't a bad idea. I don't try them on. Oh Lord.
Get us some views.
We'll have to save that for Patreon.
Don't be humble, Peps.
That's actually not a bad idea, folks. If you can pop a pepper bottom logo on here,
Peps, you got to do something, buddy, before our next podcast. If not, you're fired.
Uh-oh.
It'll be sad to see you go, Peps.
Yeah, I mean the fans are already telling us to cut you.
Bubble wrap that motherfucker.
So while you're trying to figure out your technical difficulties. Oh my goodness. What?
What are you guys looking at? What the fuck? Excuse me my language.
We're gonna get flagged. Anyways, so this one is kind of a little sentimental piece. This one is from a Lariato show. It was a cage match the night I won the Lariato Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship, but not as like bloody as the other ones because I was sweating profusely. But
this shirt was dope.
This shirt was worn in the cage match. Yeah, I've lost a lot of blood for this business. But no, this one holds like a special spot because this was actually the last match that I had with Francisco Chiazzo. And I remember like after the match and everything, him like hugging me and everything and telling me, you know, how proud he was of me and everything. And that was honestly one of our last conversations. So to have this, made sure I kept it and everything like that. So this one definitely sentimental little piece of memorabilia here in the Frat Daddies collection.
I love it.
Zach, anything else?
Nope. That was off my head. I mean, I can get up and go look for something. I'm sure there's something around here.
No.
But you know, I'm not.
Oh Lord. I got a couple. Here's one thing that I don't something we were talking about Augusta earlier, old IWE. I got a little piece of Exotic Youth history right here.
Oh, the SHIT bucket. He's probably going to try to find something. He's either eating. He's eating his papadilla.
Oh Lord, we got the foundation for seriously horrible independent talent, and this was the bucket. It's been hit over the head of a few people. It was a donation bucket for a while. We actually got a good and some alcoholic beverages.
Yeah, we got a good bit of change there from one of them. Here's a non-Exotic Youth, non-Bryce Cannon piece of memorabilia here. Pretty cool one if you ask me. And I'm not even sure who gave it to me. But it is a Gallows Club, Bullet Club signed shirt. You think Gallows gave it to me, but I don't think he did. I didn't steal it either. I do know that. But you got Doc Gallows' signature. You've got Carl Anderson up here on the shoulder. And then one that I find really cool is Tama Tonga's signature is on here as well. So
there we go.
If you know anybody looking for some memorabilia, might be up for sale here in the near future. What was that comment?
I added it back.
And he's walking up.
See him walking around.
Glad he wasn't in his trousers.
No, I got some items.
Uh-oh.
I got a couple of
Oh, yeah?
I got one from when I worked NWA Power back in, what date does that say there? 12, 15, 19.
19.
5 years ago. And then I've got our MLW staff lanyards.
Yeah, I've got those too.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, well, not the NWA one.
I got my AEW stickers, but they're on a.
I got my check from AEW and WWE, but I won't gonna bring those on here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I keep my checks and everything from AEW and WWE, but I didn't. I was like, nah, I ain't doing that. Let's stay professional.
Yeah.
But I think the last two things that I've got here are pretty cool. Probably my more expensive items. Let's see. One of them was an idea that I loved whenever I first started wearing it, but the old Letterman's jacket that I had made was.
Yeah, you wore that thing for a long time, man. I love that thing.
Yeah, it stinks to high heavens. But missing a lot of rhinestones, but hadn't
Never
worn it in
washed,
a while.
folks.
I don't think it has.
Never
Yeah, cool piece
now
here.
That is something you need to sell off. I'm sure somebody would buy that.
Well, it's up for sale if somebody wants to pay me a nice penny for it. But the other one was for the Matt Cardona match. I don't plan on wearing it ever again, just because that match was probably, I mean, it's probably the biggest match that I've had to date in my career. So, but
I'd say I can't wait to watch it one day.
You never gonna wear that again? Come on, that's amazing.
I'm kidding. I've seen it. You got that made and you're only gonna wear it once?
Yeah, buddy. It's called Special Moments.
There we go.
But yeah, shout out to Lou Bird for making that set of gear for me. Perhaps he's had his interactions with Lou Bird. He's got heat with him. I'm gonna go ahead and put that out there.
Oh Lord.
But but Lou Bird, no, awesome guy, awesome gear, very professional through the whole entire thing with me. But yeah, I think that's everything that I've got.
You should get a mini one made for your dog Legend.
What about Louis? I got two of them then. Oh, you were reading that comment.
I know it.
Which one?
I don't know.
The Letterman jacket or the Matt Cardona match jacket?
Has Louis made his appearance on social media yet? Is he known as a Legend?
I
keep him behind the scenes.
I think Louis has made his Bryce Cannon social media debut out there somewhere. But Legend has made his in-ring debut at GIPW and things like that. So Legend is a little bit more known.
I actually have something else too. Whenever y'all are done.
Well, go ahead, pal. We've only been waiting.
Well, I'm flipping through trying to find it, but I got the magazine from the first time me and Peps were mentioned in PWI. It was before Bryce was part of Exotic Youth, actually, I think.
Ooh, I got a copy of that.
Yeah, let's see here.
They knew I was coming, so they went ahead and put you guys in.
There we go. It's one of the back pages, I believe.
Exotic Youth defeated. Can you see that?
No. Just read it to us.
But I know I have it. I know what you're talking about. Well, I guess the people.
Says Exotic Youth defeated JC Walker in Reality Check in a triple threat. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. That was a 6-man tag, but that's what they said in PWI.
We had Recon.
Triple threat.
We had Recon.
That was the first time Exotic Youth made an appearance. As far as I know.
That was one of my first matches. I think that was the first show my parents ever came and saw. In old Augusta, that was in the IWE building, but it wasn't for IWE.
Millers Road.
That's wild.
Oh Lord.
Well, I mean, I don't think I've got anything else over here. If you seriously, if you fans out there watching this,
I got something.
Want to pay a pretty penny for some of the memorabilia seen on this show today, message Exotic Youth, whether it's individual or message the Facebook.
Stars. Help us be
Speaking of stars,
everything I showed today, other than the Francisco Chiazzo shirt, is up for grabs.
And his jacket.
Yeah, and that one.
There we go. Speaking of stars, guys, I don't know if y'all know this. I was on a little show on Stars called Heels.
Coming to Netflix soon.
Never seen it in person.
I know. I've been on Paramount Plus. I've been on Stars, and now I'll be on Netflix.
Yeah.
Heels season 2 dropping on Netflix soon.
He's not Mr. As Seen on TV.
3? I don't know, but I spent about 6 months on that set, a few days every week. And if you think a doctor's office is cold, you ain't ever been on a film set. Absolutely freezing. And when I was in my spandex and everything, what have you, they used to give me this little jacket to keep myself warm. And at the end of the season, they let us take home a couple things. And I got the jacket that I wore all season. Now it's an XL. I look like Eminem from 8 Mile wearing it. But I dang love this thing. Custom DWL jacket. Uh-oh. I don't know how to get the dang.
We got a damn movie star in the chat, folks.
There we go. And I also, there we go. There goes the lighting.
I could have showed the gear I wore in my movie, but I ain't gonna do that. So I can get up again and be all that.
Another item, which I'm down to sell if anyone wants to buy it. I got an old a Crystal Tyler tank top.
Well, I'll take it
for you.
How much? What size?
Well, throw me an offer, pal. It's
your
a
career.
medium or large. There's no tag on it.
All right, so I was getting close to my bedtime. I'm getting too sleepy.
You would have been on the show, Bryce. Maybe you would have got to keep something.
Well,
right.
I tried to get you on.
We could have been a tag team. We could have been on all season, Bryce. But
I know,
look, guys.
I digress.
Maybe season 3. Maybe season 3.
Yeah, if they bring it back, I mean, hopefully with Netflix, they're going to see us. They're going to want us on that show for sure. No doubt about it.
Did
100
CW just
stars?
100
what does that
stars,
translate to?
Yeah, what does that in
What does
English?
that translate to in dollars?
I don't know, like 3 cents.
Probably
Americano.
We got like $7 last week. I need to send it to y'all.
Yeah.
It comes
How
out
much?
like
That's what I'm asking.
Oh, he's saying 100 stars for payment of that, I guess. That's $1.
One what?
C-Dub, what are you talking about?
No, I think
You've been drinking too much Rays.
Like 73.50.
He's gone off that Rays energy, folks.
Well, we're over the hour mark. We do appreciate everybody who's tuned in.
I think
Peps has more.
I do.
Oh wait, there's
I got one more thing, I guess. Well, 2 more. I think this was before Bryce. I have an old APCW, the old Robert Gibson school poster.
That wasn't before me. Well, I may not have.
A little
I
bit.
retired the tag team titles there.
You and I.
And then
Zach,
I found this 8x10.
Zach and I are still tag team champions for APCW.
Oh, by the way, I have a whole folder full of those. If anybody wants to buy one of the classic 8x10s, I found some that we never even put up for sale
at a discounted rate.
Well, the first ever.
No. These are
$5.
No, they're classics.
They're vintage, pal.
Well,
they've never even seen the table.
Look at the articulation.
That was when Exotic Youth was still useful. Is that a different figure or one you already showed?
Hey, you know how I know this one's good or a vintage figure here? The knee works.
I think your dad's hitting on you, Peps.
Zachy, clean up
Take
nice.
that off, pal.
Thanks, Huey. I appreciate that, brother.
Huey, you want this figure? I know you like have a shrine. So, Mr. Hogan. But, yep.
You got anything else?
Look.
What does that say?
This show is going off the rails. It's been fun.
It's been off the rails since we started. Hell.
Oh, Lord. I knew this was going to be a wild night.
Episode 5 will be a recorded episode with an interview of some sort.
Possibly.
We can't give that away. I have to. I did tell. Wait, maybe not. But I'll have to, lock it in. They told me to reach out to them the day before and make sure. Special guest.
Look, come on now.
I will give you a little hint. They are of NWA fame, as seen on Billy Corgan's Carneyland on the CW network.
That could be a number of people.
Well, exactly. Tune in next week and see who it is. Episode 5. Somebody potentially from NWA joining the pod. We've had MLW.
Maybe not.
We've had Georgia wrestling history, and now potentially NWA.
NAA.
Well, one of you close us out.
All right, guys, we're closing it out. It's out with the old. It's in with the youth. Sleep good.
Pepper Bottom, play our music.
There we go. Think of me in your dreams.
Play our music.
Quicker.
There we go. Hold on. One more time.
Play our music.
Get ready, let's go.